Welcome everybody to Gus Brown Buick GMC in the heart of Durham region, proudly serving the community for over 55 years. Now here today we have this fantastic find. This is a 2024 Hummer EV 3X. This has just over 16,000 kilometers. It is a one-owner vehicle with no accident history. And the purpose of this video today is to take you on a tour of the exterior and interior condition of this amazing Hummer, as well as tell you all the cool stuff that this vehicle will come with if you decide to purchase it from us here at Gus Brown. So let's talk about EV specifics, okay? This Hummer has 3 electric motors, one in front of these front wheels here, and then 2 connected to the 2 rear wheels. It's gonna give you 830 horsepower, 11,500 foot-pounds of torque. It's incredible. And all of that with a 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds. Now, I know that's kind of a funny stat to talk about when we're talking about a Hummer, but this car weighs over 8,600 pounds. And these EV motors can get this thing rolling in 3.5 seconds. It's incredible. Now, connected to that is a 20 module Ultium battery pack, 170 kilowatt hour capacity. All that being said, you can push over 500 kilometers of range on the EV. Now, I think if you drive this more conservatively, you're gonna push 510, 520. In the colder weather, you might get 450. Either way, it's got tons of range to do the job for your daily commuting. Now, charging, very impressive with fast charging. You can do up to 300 kilowatt hours, and it accepts 800 volts if you can find a station. So that's incredibly fast charging. Home charging, even more impressive. You can put into 19 kilowatts and up to 80 amps using a 240 volt charger. That's what this will accept, which is incredible. One of the fastest home charging rates I've seen. You can go from 10% to 90% capacity in about 7 hours. It's only gonna cost you about $10 to do that at home on off-peak hours. Just incredible. Okay, whew. Now that takes us through the EV stuff on the Hummer. Let's get into some of the other cool things. Now, normally when I do these videos, I say, hey, what's under the hood? Well, it's an EV. There's not much under the hood, but let's talk about it. Check this out. So the Hummer comes with a power frunk. Get that going here so you can have a look inside. Oh, come on now. Let's go. Maybe you have to unlock it first. There we go. You know what? It helps if you unlock it, right? All right, so popping it open, look at the capacity of this frunk. It's huge. Now, these bags here, little spoiler, it is for the roof panels, and I'll show you that in just a moment when we get to the interior. But this is a massive, massive cargo capacity for a frunk, which is incredible. You see it's got LED lights on the inside. You've even got some little cargo tie downs there if you need it. Now let's close this back up, and I want to talk about, so speaking of charging, as we were talking about charging, one of the cool things I forgot to mention on the Hummer, when you plug it in, these light bars here turn blue, and they start, and that's the indicator for what your charge is at. Really neat. So kind of just continuously goes until it gets to full. Pretty cool stuff, right? All right, now as we slide around to the side, let's talk about the massive wheels on this vehicle. We have 22-inch alloy wheels, and then have a look at the design on the alloy wheels here. It's got these little Hummer H's right there in the gun metallic alloy, which is really neat. Now, what's even more impressive, I'm trying to say, behind it, air suspension. So it does have air suspension on the vehicle. You can drop or lower this Hummer from inside the vehicle. It even has extract mode, which can raise this up over 6 inches. So just in case you get yourself in some really, really thick stuff, you can get this thing up over 6 inches to help get you unstuck. Now, having a look at this beautiful paint. This is like kind of a greenish, kind of tealish, amazing looking flat paint on it too. Look at that. Just a nice sheen on it. Incredible condition. You have the nice Hummer EV badge here. All right, we'll take a step back. You can see those nice side steps as well. Taking a step back, you can see that nice piano black roof. Nice, cool, like small side windows. All the piano black up top. It does have an American flag in the back quarter panel there, which is kind of cool. I mean, take it or leave it nowadays, who knows, right? Now, coming around to the back, we've got our charge port here. Pop this open. Oops. Let's have a look. So your regular and then your direct current cover there. Get that all charged up. All right. Now, looking here, let's have a look. I want to show you something. So this is a new one for me. I've never seen this. So barn door style, right? Check this out. It's got a power barn door. Isn't that wicked? Look at this thing. That is so cool. I've never seen that before. So, I mean, it's a Hummer. You expect to have some incredible features, and this is just one of them. Now, having a look on the inside, tons of cargo space back here. 60-40 split folding seat, a couple accessories here. One of the nice things we have in the back is a regular home outlet back here, so you can get things nice and charged up. Maybe you've got you know, a cooler or an air compressor or something you're working, who knows? You could use that to charge that up. Now, look at this funky design. You know what this is? This is the Lunar surface. That's right. The Lunar surface is imprinted in the back cargo tray and a couple little spots on the Hummer EV. I'll show you. It's kind of cool, like little Easter eggs, right? Have the buttons here to fold down the rear seats as well. All right. Now, let's get this bad boy closed up. 1 second here, just got to find the key. We'll close her back up and then we're going to continue our tour around the other side. Now, as we're doing this, I am pointing out, or will point out, if there's any dings, scratches in the vehicle, just so you can see them. Just wanted to show you, it's got the rear sonar buttons in the back because it does have front and rear sonar, which is great. Speaking of Easter eggs, here's another one. The Hummer EV logo with half of the Lunar surface there on the back spare tire cover, really neat. Now, there's only 2 GMC badges on this vehicle, by the way. One right there, and then one in the front. Now, last but not least, let's talk about your towing, because we do have that integrated hitch just underneath there. Okay, and we have the 7 and 4 pin harness connections as well. You can tow up to 7,500 pounds with this, and it has the integrated trailer brake controller, which you'll see when we get to inside the vehicle. Coming around the passenger side, again, just giving you a nice look at this EV, that incredible paint, especially when we come around this side here where there's not so much sunlight hitting it. And now up to the front, look at this headlight design. It's got the H for Hummer in the headlight design. It's got Hummer right across the front. Oh, just incredible. I have to stand back to get this whole thing in view. But look at that, just an incredible looking design. Here's the other GMC logo that I was mentioning. We've got recovery hooks in the front here as well, so you can help all your buddies get out of the ditch with their Ford F-150s, Ford Broncos. Got the LED fog light and the nice cutout here in the front bumper, so that way you can do some off-roading. It allows a little bit more ground clearance there. Skid plates underneath, as you would expect, of course, as well. All right, now let's go take a look at inside. All right, pop her open here. Now here we get a better look at the interior back seats of the Hummer. We have the premium leather alternative material. So it's not leather, it's eco-friendly leather, which I like. I mean, considering it is an EV, that makes sense, right? Give me a nice look around here. Heated rear seats, tri-zone climate control. So passengers just have their own independent temperatures back here. You can see there's a center armrest built into the seat. And then have a look up. We have removable roof panels in the top. That's that little Easter egg I was telling you about from the Frunk. So pull these handles here, this glass pops up, and then it is a T-top. So you have that center beam there. That's for rigidity of the vehicle, obviously, passenger safety. But then you have these 2 glass panels that come out, and you've got this beautiful T-top convertible for back passengers. Just incredible. What a cool thing to have on the Hummer. Here's our tri-zone climate control, the heated rear seats, some more USB ports, got a little junk container. And then just down here, kind of hard to see it, another home outlet in the back here, so that way you can keep things charged up. And then the nice Hummer rubber floor mats integrated into the floor as well. And guess what? Yep, another Lunar map in the speaker covers. How cool is that? I'm a big space guy. That's why I think this is cool. Hope you do too. All right, now in the front passengers get incredible bucket seats. There's no rips, tears, stains, or burns on these seats. It smells fantastic. Non-smoker vehicle. We have this beautiful bronze, almost like a bronze look Hummer EV metal badge in the seat. Same thing on the passenger side as I reach all the way over. All right, now let's hop in. Talk about some of these cool features here. Okay. So So now that we're here, I always like to talk about safety. Let's get this bad boy started. Check out this display with the Lunar surface, right? Get it started up. Okay, so now that we're in here, pardon me, this is where I want to talk about safety features, because as you would expect, this features all the advanced safety features you could possibly think of. So we have the enhanced automatic emergency front braking. Obviously, kind of goes without saying in a vehicle like this. If it's suspects that you're not slowing down in time or going to stop in time, it'll apply the brakes, bring it right to a stop, hopefully avoid that collision in front. We have rear cross traffic alert with pedestrian detection and reverse automatic braking. So when we put it in reverse, this is a big car. Lots of room back here, lots of window space, great cameras on the car, but stuff happens. You're backing out of a parking spot, you don't see kids, bikes, something coming from the rear of the vehicle. It will automatically apply the brakes, warn you, and tell you why it's doing that, because it has that rear cross traffic emergency braking, okay? We also have lane keeping assist. So obviously it keeps this beautiful vehicle tracking in the middle of the line, so that way you're staying centered in the road. We have lane change alert with the side blind spot warning. So blind spot warning, of course, to let you know if there's someone in your blind spot, but if for some reason you ignore that, or you're just a little too quick and you go to make that lane change, there's a car there, it's going to gently bring you back into your lane to avoid that collision on the side. It also has trailer blind zone alert, which is really kind of cool. If you have a trailer on the back, it recognizes how long that trailer is and can also alert you if you're trying to make that lane change. That's a great feature. If you are trailering with this, I mean, that is something I haven't seen, and I would love to see that in action. I've done trailing, and it can be a little nerve-wracking, so that's a really neat thing. Now we have the rear camera monitor. So let's have a look at that, okay? So we can go here to, well, let's just put it in reverse and I'll show you. All right, so here is our rear view camera on this beautiful 12, or probably 13.4 inch infotainment screen. But you got this beautiful rear view camera here, plus you have the top down view. Now all these buttons, you can push on these to give you different views. So that's the front camera, makes parking this in a nice tight spot very easy. Maybe it's the garage or the condo parking or the driveway or whatever. You can park this very close to the car in front. We've got the back and front cameras looking straight down again to get you nice and tight, nice and close. We have our side cameras just pointing down off of those side view mirrors and then pointing back. That's like a blind view camera. And then to hook up your trailer hitch, pardon me, it's got one facing directly over the hitch in the back. So that way you can just pop this bad boy really nice and close to the hitch and not have to argue with the wife or whoever's helping you out trying to get that hitch as close as possible. Okay, so those are all the fantastic safety features that are on this Hummer EV. One thing I forgot to mention, but I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory. Yes, power driver's seat, power passenger seat, and there is a 2-driver memory setting here for the driver 1 and driver 2. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that, but probably self-explanatory, right? And then last but not least for safety features, we have Super Cruise. So by subscription, I believe 3 years is free with GMC when you buy the vehicle. And there's probably some time left on that, of course, but Super Cruise is available. That's that basically autonomous driving system that just keeps it driving on the road, keeps the speed matched, and does all the driving for you, which is fantastic. Obviously, just stay attentive and, you know, watch the car. But yeah, I mean, Super Cruise is fantastic. It is a direct rival to Tesla's full self-driving system. So good for Hummer for putting that in this vehicle here. We have a leather heated steering wheel, nice and big grip on it. It's got the Hummer EV logo down here, Hummer EV logo here. And then look at this 12-inch color screen. Just a fantastic display. This is fully customizable as well. You can see there's lots of different things you can display in the front here as far as what you'd like to know. What I like about this is here's our battery percentage and our range. 535 kilometers on, I guess we're just a little bit above 95%. But I like how it doesn't make it in your face. It's not, you know, showing you all this EV stuff to make you have range anxiety. It's just nice and simple and tucked away. That's all you need to know when you drive an EV. 16,517 kilometers on this. Now, as we slide over here to this center display, like we were talking about before, you can see we have Google Assistant on this. So, I mean, I love my Google Assistant at home. This is going to be fantastic here. You just talk to him or her, however you said, have your Google set up all day, and it does your bidding for you. It's really, really great. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. When you hop in, your phone will hook up automatically for you. So you can get all of your digital music and everything else from here. You can slide it to the left. You see we do have an onboard navigation system as well. But I love how it's all the same color. It all kind of just fades in and blends into this screen, which is so well done. You can see it's also powered by Google here on the side. Hitting the home button again, energy. This is where you can find how the Hummer is using the energy. It's going to tell you if you're using more energy from the heating and air conditioning, from driving, you know, either aggressively or not aggressively. All these different things will show you here. So that way you can kind of tailor that drive if you need extended range, or if you're just out around town having fun. I mean, it's kind of cool to see that stuff. You also set up your scheduled charging here. So that way it charges off peak hours, save you some extra money. Sorry about the sirens in the background here. Slide it over to the right, we have off-road. So if you are off-roading your Hummer, which, I mean, it can off-road, it is designed for that. You have a number of different settings here that I can see. This is your drift angle, your yaw rate, etc., etc., etc. Your cameras here, all that is available, right? And then hit home, and we're back to the home screen here. Settings, all that stuff is available in the center display. Now, we do have heated seats and cooled seats for driver and passenger up front. As I mentioned, tri-zone climate control, so driver, passenger, independent temperatures, as well as the rear passengers have their own independent temperatures as well. Couple little auxiliary switches down here. Nice big heating and air conditioning vent. We've got a wireless charging pad here, plus USB-C, USB-A charging ports as well. Our cup holders, right? Our nice shifter here. And then this is one of the other cool things that I want to talk about. So here's where we can raise and lower the height of the Hummer, okay? And I mean, it's kind of hard to do that and show you at the same time. So right now, the Hummer was at the entry exit assist kind of level for suspension. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise it up to the highest suspension before it gets to the extract mode. And then you can have a better look at what that looks like, okay? So we're just slowly doing that now. And then this button here. So this is something that we never got to talk about. This is the four-wheel steer. Sorry, there's somebody trying to get by here. Let me just get out of their way. Apologize. This is the problem when we do live videos. We're just going to back out of the way for this big old cube van here. 1 second. Okay. Put in mark. Sorry about that interruption. But this is the four-wheel steer. This is something that is absolutely incredible. When you have a vehicle of this size, obviously maneuvering it could be a bit of a concern, right? Well, with four-wheel steer, and I'm going to turn the wheel to the right here so we can get a better look at that. All right, have a look at this. Now, we've raised the Hummer up to that full height. All right. So have a look at the height difference here that we have now on these front and back wheels. Right? This thing is jacked up now, which is so cool. But have a look at this. Look at this wheel. This bad boy has been turned out in correspondence with this wheel here. So what that allows this Hummer to do is manipulate cornering and parking so easy. It really just kind of swings this whole bad boy around so much easier. And you also have something called CrabWalk on this Hummer. So CrabWalk, what it's going to do is take this wheel, put it like this wheel, put it in the same way, and it can actually go in a diagonal but forward way. I don't know where you use that. I think that's just more of a flex, kind of cool. Check this out, boys. But CrabWalk is pretty awesome as well. But this wraps up our tour of this 2024 Hummer EV 3X here at Gus Brown Buick GMC. This is an incredible find with only 16,000 kilometers. Fantastic color, incredible condition, and it is available for sale at Gus Brown. So we would love to hear from you. Please visit us in store or online. We are just a short drive from pretty much anywhere in Ontario. We are just centrally located right in the thick of it. So thank you so much for watching, and congratulations to whoever picks up this absolutely stunning Hummer EV.